Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. Today I'm going to be doing a review and demo of the Alima Pure Cream Concealer. I'd recently picked this up when I went to the Credo store opening in Boston. I met the daughter of the founder of Alima Pure as well as some of the other people on the Alima Pure team, and I got to actually swatch and play with their products because they were physically in the Credo beauty store, and that gave me the courage to go ahead and try their cream concealer because I was actually able to shade match myself and confirm that for once I was actually getting a concealer in the perfect shade for me. So I'm first going to start off by showing you a demo of how the cream concealer applies, and then I'll go ahead and give you a review. So as you saw in the demo, one of the things I really love about the cream concealer is that it is really brightening. I have the shade here in Pearl, and it is actually the correct shade for me to be concealing under my eyes. It is a brightening shade. It's not too pink and it's not too yellow. It's very neutral for me. It just brightens under my eyes without being pink or without being yellow. It's really easy to blend. As you can tell, I just blended it out using my finger. I don't find the need to use a damp sponge whatsoever. I can blend it out effortlessly with my finger, which I really like. And also I think it helps the concealer as well to set, because when you add dampness from a sponge to it, it makes it even more kind of liquidy, and then I find it harder to set and it's more prone to creasing. If you can blend it out without adding any extra moisture, I think it's a lot easier and tends to stay put throughout the day. I do go ahead and set it with the RMS Unpowder. I find that any concealer I use will eventually crease under my eyes if I do not set it, but I don't think that I need to bake with the RMS Unpowder. I really like how it performs throughout the day without baking. I can bake, and I have baked if I know I'm having a particularly long day and I really want my concealer to stay put and be locked in place. But for everyday purposes, I just powder with the RMS Unpowder. One of the other really nice things about this concealer is it comes in this little compact here. It's a very small compact, and it's got a mirror. I don't want to blind you too much, but it does have a mirror. And it's just very sleek and nice packaging. And the other thing is that once you are finished with the concealer and you've used up all the product, you can actually pop the pan out and just purchase the pan and continue reusing the actual compact, which is much better for the environment, reduces waste, and also is more affordable for you because you only have to pay for the entire package one time. After that, you pay a lower price and just use the concealer pan. Or if you are a fan of Z palettes and like storing your cream products in Z palettes, you can just purchase the refill pan and put that in the Z palette and not even use the compact if that is what you prefer. I don't know if you can see how brightening it is, but I just really like how it brightens. It's not the most full coverage concealer ever. Like, I can still see some of the veins here under my eyes, but what it does to really brighten under the eyes does work. And also, I kind of don't mind that you can see a little bit of the veins under my eyes when I use this concealer because I don't typically wear completely full coverage makeup. I do like to have a little bit of my skin showing through, so that helps me. I think that having your under eyes not perfectly concealed also helps to give a more natural look to your makeup. So if you're looking for something that is completely and utterly full coverage, I don't think this is it. But for me, this has been the best concealer I have found, especially with regards to shade. Like, the shade is so perfect. Actually, I'll swatch it here for you so you can see the shade in comparison to my skin tone. So here it is swatched here on my hand. And it's just a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but it is a very close shade match. I think if I wanted to conceal acne, I would probably want to go up a shade and try the next darker one. It's very, I can't remember what the name of it is, but when I was playing with it in Credo, it was very close between the two shades, but I knew that I was looking for an under eye concealer, so I went with the lighter one just so it would be more brightening, and I do think it is very brightening. I have tried this one on acne spots, and I don't love it for concealing acne. It's not my favorite. I really do love the Hint Beauty Duet Concealer for concealing acne. It's just very full coverage, really easy to apply. It sits well under makeup. I just find that it blends with my skin really well. This one, I still could see the acne spots peeking through a little bit more, which I didn't love. So I'm not entirely sure I would ever go for the darker shade to conceal acne spots. I know it's kind of high maintenance to have a concealer for under your eyes and a concealer for acne spots, but I find that most of the time the shade of the concealer that I want for under my eyes is lighter than the shade I actually want for concealing acne spots. So I end up needing two shades anyway, so for me having two separate concealers, one for under my eyes and one for acne spots, makes sense. It is a cream concealer, but it's a nice mix. It's not too dry, but it's not too creamy. It blends really easily, but it's not so emollient that it starts creasing immediately under your eyes. And it's not so dry that you have to really struggle to blend it out or use a damp sponge. You can just blend it out using your finger. Sometimes it is a little bit stiff in the pan, especially as the weather is getting cooler, but I find that if I just kind of rub my finger in it for a minute, it warms up immediately, or I can rub it onto the back of my hand, get it warmed up, and then conceal under my eyes. So overall, I'm really happy that I purchased this concealer. I think it's really great. I think it's been performing really well. Ever since I purchased it, I've been reaching for it every single day. Like, I have not reached for another concealer under my eyes. I feel like I finally found the correct concealer, the one that I actually want to be using. They do have quite a range of shades. They unfortunately don't have samples of the concealers that you can purchase to shade match. They only have their powder foundation. And they told me that was just because it's harder to transport it and maintain the integrity of the product in the sample form. But if you do have a store that carries Alima Pure in your area and you can go and test for yourself and shade match, I highly recommend it. I know that a number of you are really fair and are close to my skin tone, so if you are looking for a concealer that is fair but is not too pink and not too yellow, this one here in Pearl really does work well. I think so far out of all the concealers I have tried in Green and Eco Beauty that this one is my favorite for under my eyes. It's a little scary to say that, but I guess out of all the ones I've tried so far, it has been my favorite. If you have any questions about the concealer, leave them in the comment section down below and I will answer them as best as I can. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also check out my Instagram. I'll have my handle down below. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirl. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!